This message has been approved by Chuck Norris.
I'll give that credit.
Huh? Oh, man,
credit.
look at this. I got this all jacked up because I'm doing – I got to go to here. I'm dirty. Sitting next to me is some little freak. I haven't got on your camera yet, and you're already pointing at it like you're something. I mean, look how fat I am.
I am something.
Look how fat I am. We got Kenway in his little gay Blues
What's
hat.
up, folks? Man, fuck you.
The Blues are gay.
No, they're not. Great team.
You know, the only people that I know that like the Blues are women and gay men.
Go say that to anybody else.
Oh, I will. It doesn't bother me.
That's true.
It doesn't.
You will punch somebody.
It doesn't frighten me. I mean, that's just the truth of it.
It's a good. They're a decent team every season until you hit the playoffs, and then all of a sudden we fall apart.
Well, yeah, because they suck.
Your opinion?
No, that's not. It's not my opinion. It's the truth.
Who do you root for then?
Anybody that is not the St. Louis Blues. Pretty much.
That bugs me a little bit.
Why? The Blues. You tell me why the Blues are so good.
Just a consistently great team.
Here's what the Blues are to me. They're good old Fisto from He-Man. That's what happens to the Blues every playoffs. They take the big iron fist.
Yeah.
Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? Look at Fisto. Isn't he beautiful?
You had that prepped.
I'm just going through here and kind of looking at different things that I have on the laptop. Like I have some videos here. I don't have any porn videos though.
That's a good thing. Don't want to accidentally put that up there.
Why not? That would be funny.
It would be.
Think about it. Wouldn't it be funny? We're sitting here doing the radio show. Oh, I'm on the video still. I got to get out of here. They're still looking at Fisto.
Yeah.
So think about it. We're doing
Take a nice long look, ladies.
Right. We're doing the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I put Fist, and then we put porn up.
That'd be interesting.
Like, here's the thing. Would Schwag instantly start beating off?
No, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. Schwag says he's going to be here, but he said he won't be here till like 7:30, so he'll be our guest tonight.
So Swag's guest on the Dirty Kenway show.
Right. I don't know. I mean, there's no telling what Schwag is saying. Because, see, I don't know if I really want to put him on the show because he's so funny.
He is.
And I don't want to waste any of the Swag situations.
You can't waste that on every
Right.
show.
Exactly.
Then you devalue it. It's like
Right.
if you have a ladder match every wrestling show, you're going to start looking at it like, I don't want to watch another ladder match. Give me something different.
Exactly. I think that's what happened with ECW, though.
I think so, too. I think
Because ECW was great.
They had great wrestling, though. If you look at everything before the main event was just smash everything you could find.
Yeah,
but if you look at some of the matches beforehand, like the Eliminators versus Lance Storm and Chris Candido. Back at the first first event. I watched that match, and I'm just like, man, this is great.
Still one of my favorite matches ECW ever did, and you can't see it anywhere, was Barbed Wired, Terry Funk, and Sabu.
That I loved. I'm a big...
When Sabu sliced his arm
and
up.
just wrapped it with the
taped it back up. Now, I met Sabu. We were at a wrestling show over there at Pops, right?
Okay.
And we were supposed to interview him, right?
Really?
That's what the promoter said. We could get an interview with him. Well, that didn't work because Sabu's like, I'm not doing interviews. So we couldn't do our interview. Yeah. So I proceeded to go on. My buddy was writing for Review STL.
Uh-huh.
We were still doing this show, but then it was the Dirty Haney show, and we just went on Dirty Haney show and just put him on blast. Just blasted the guy.
I honestly like him. He's
not Sabu.
The promoter. Okay. I was like, Sabu's one of those guys who honestly I think is underrated.
Too many drugs.
And he's admitted, if you ever watch those U shoots.
Oh yeah.
I watched those back when I was in my before I started doing this.
Don't say you're old, you little bastard, because you're not old.
My young days. No, and he's just like, if I wouldn't have broken my neck, I would have never touched drugs. Which is like,
I think that's what a lot. Okay, so here's my question to you. Okay, so you're getting into a profession, where you know that there's a lot of drug abuse because of the. I mean, I'll say this. There's certain sports. Like in my opinion, soccer players are probably the most well-conditioned athletes in the world.
They are probably next to track athletes, I'd say they're the most well-conditioned.
No, I wouldn't even say track athletes because they can take breaks in between events.
That's true.
A true soccer
You're going
player.
90 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, like, look at Messi. Messi's on the field the entire time.
That's
almost.
True. Ronaldo's
on the field.
Yeah.
Rooney's on the field. Rudy's almost 40. And he's on the field.
I remember when I first started watching soccer back when I was like 4, because that's when the Premier League started getting broadcasted over here more often. Because before that, you'd watch maybe on Sundays or Saturday mornings. But then
did you just say when you were 4?
When I was 4.
Jesus, you little prick. All right, go on.
Years ago. I remember just watching like Rooney and all them starting to come on. And that was because that's when soccer started getting popular on a mainstream level. Like St. Louis has always been a soccer town.
Oh yes, I've always said that St. Louis can. Like when they did the MSL, I always said that I don't understand why St. Louis didn't have a professional soccer league.
It doesn't make sense to me. And we're honestly one of the bigger towns. I mean, my great uncle is in the St. Louis Soccer Hall of Fame. Marty Templin, the old referee.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's in the Soccer Hall of Fame. My dad worked for the Steamers. My uncle worked for the Steamers.
I lived down the street from Darren Duran.
I actually did his summer camp like 3 years in a row.
Did you?
Quality guy, just
and
so
then
nice.
I'd met Slobo.
He was one. I used to have season tickets to the Steamers with my grandpa.
God,
that was his
you could have only been.
It was that reincarnation up in the family arena.
Oh, okay. So you weren't the true Steamers.
No.
See, I'm talking. I was true.
You were the original.
I was the true St. Louis Steamer.
And the ambush.
No.
Yo, you weren't a.
Nah, I really wasn't an ambush fan. I was more of the Steamer.
I was definitely a Steamers fan growing up, though. Because
yeah, but you were the reincarnation of them.
Well, we also had all the old tapes from,
Well, yeah, okay, yeah.
My great uncle.
Right,
yeah, he had all those old films, and I'd watch them. And Slobo would be at all the games, at all the Steamers games, and he sat in our section, a couple rows up from us, and me and my grandpa would just go up, and I can never say his name right, so I'd always call him Lobo L-A-S.
I mean, a super nice guy, one of the nicest guys. Because Darren, he would have, because we lived in a city, so we'd have barbecues on the neighborhood, and a lot of those guys would come over.
And they're really the nicest guys.
Oh yeah, super nice guys.
I find soccer players are some of the easiest guys.
So back to what I was saying though. Now you decided you want to go into a profession to where there's I mean, let's look at it. I mean, and I'm gonna get to a point that I want to talk about because this. Yeah, I'm leading it to something about the NFL. Did you just see that report today?
No.
It's amazing. It's amazing what the NFL gets away with.
What they do this time?
You'll see. We'll talk about it. Don't worry.
Don't worry. I've already got problems with Goodell, so trust me.
No. We'll talk about it.
Get me started on the NCAA again. Let's see where that goes.
God. But we'll talk about that.
Racket that is.
Right. So you're getting into a profession that is notorious for drug abuse. True. Notorious for suicides. Notorious for steroids. CTE. And stuff like that. So what is your plan? I mean, you got to figure now. I mean, and I know people say wrestling is not a sport. It is to a point, and it is entertainment.
We are, it's a difficult thing to say.
But
I don't think I know anybody else who takes as much punishment as some wrestlers do.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So like, even if you're at like the TNA level or.
Yeah, which is still a top. You're still
a Ring of Honor. You're still wrestling 150 days.
That's what people don't understand is they think WWE shows are. Oh, they only wrestle 50 times a year.
No, they're
300 something.
No, I think it's a lot shorter now. I think it's like 280.
I think they started getting a lot more. Yeah,
I think it's like 280.
That's still a lot of time on the road. I mean, you got to think that's still nights where AJ Styles and Kevin Owens. Just wrestled a 30-minute Iron Man match in New Jersey.
Right.
And that was a house show.
Right.
That wasn't even – and that was the same night as Roadblock, which was like their big event, which like half the matches were just kind of like meh.
Yeah, squash matches.
Like,
but my question to you –
Sami Zayn versus Stardust, and I was just kind of like –
right.
Man, you got – and now it makes sense where they set it up because now you've got that six-man ladder, which I was really bugged about. And I'll tell you why. Because you said they'd been teasing Sami Zayn versus Owens at WrestleMania – like it was this big thing, and then all of a sudden, like, oh yeah, we're gonna throw Ziggler and Ryder and all these other guys who haven't been involved in this yet, but we're gonna do what we did last year. It's like the second Money in the Bank ladder match.
Really?
I mean, if you look at it, it's a 6-man ladder match at WrestleMania. That was what Money in the Bank originally was, except now they just put the Intercontinental title on. And now they have Money in the Bank on pay-per-view, so it's it throws me off a bit.
Right. So my thing, let's get back to it though. How do you? Because I mean, you're going to take a lot of bumps, you're going to take a lot of falls. Mm-hmm. You know, and
I've already had a concussion.
Okay, so there you go. Now you're in the indie scene, trying to work your way up to that big scene. So you know you're going to have to do a lot, use and abuse your body a lot. What is your plan to where you don't get hooked? Do you see what I'm saying?
I'm already allergic to aspirin and ibuprofen and.
Oh, you're fucked.
Oh no, I can't take any of that. You know what I can't take though? Oxy, and that's the real dangerous part. Is
right,
in the
exactly.
Hospital, they gave me morphine and oxy for 5 days straight.
Cool.
And I'm talking morphine was only for like 3 days, but morphine's something where once you get it, you're just kind of like, once you get off, you're just kind of like, man, I could really use some right now.
Right.
I hate to sound like a drug addict.
No, you're right.
Those things addict you, and then the oxy they gave me for 3 weeks after I was out of the hospital.
But my thing is though
what's my plan?
Yeah, like what are you gonna do? Are you gonna do like
pray to God I don't get
Well, no, like if you look at DDP, let's look like what he did with Jake and Scott Hall. He's got them both off of
great
drugs,
success stories too.
Doing the yoga and all that stuff. So would it be something like that? Would you go more of an Eastern style type of therapeutic?
To
help you.
And you know what? Oddly enough, when I was an NCAA thrower, I had a strong distrust for a lot of the techniques they were having us do, because they have you doing powerlifting / bodybuilding type techniques, which make no sense. And then they're telling you, hey, squat 85% of your max for 8. What? So I would come out of each training session with knee injuries and everything else. And sooner or later you learn yoga is going to be what's best for you pain-wise, and stretching and doing all these different types of movements. On It Academy is something that I just started delving into. That's one of the companies that is big with the WWE right now.
Are you giving people free plugs on our show?
No.
You just sounded like you did.
Shit. Well,
did you just give them a free plug?
Probably.
Damn it.
Well, you know the Undertaker. Have you ever seen the videos of him on Instagram where he's like back pulling 500 pounds?
Yeah.
That's where they do it at in Austin.
Right. Yeah.
And watching him do that, I'm just like,
I mean,
man, it's great you can still do that. Get him on a track though.
Right. Exactly.
Because I've honestly watching some of the matches, when he collapsed at WrestleMania 30, I was like, oh God.
Well, I think what it was is he was just so out of shape, and he hadn't wrestled in
so long.
You're right. I mean, you look at it, and I mean, how long had it been since he had wrestled?
It had been a year.
Right.
I was so scared at that point because I'm like, man, I just watched Taker collapse.
So now you talk about concussions, right?
Yes.
Okay, you said you had one, right?
Yeah, I had a minor concussion.
Right. Okay. So.
And it's enough. Well, then again, it was my first month of wrestling too. So I had the Daniel. So I'm in my third official month, I guess. Call it, of being in ring, doing full time. Doing full shows. I look at it like this. I can collect 4 more and be on that Daniel Bryan path real soon.
Yeah, that is true. You could.
Which not happening because I know I'm definitely not as athletic as he was.
Right. Okay. So now, if you look at it, well, don't say that. Don't ever sell yourself short.
No, I'm athletic, but he does some amazing stuff.
Yeah, but don't ever sell yourself short.
True.
That's one thing. How do you spell Carolina?
O-L-I-N.
O-L-L. Yeah, I can't spell. That's why I just talk. But anyways, back to what I was saying about concussions. Well, the NFL just released their thing on concussions. Did you see this?
Their stance or their
studies on concussions. Did you see this? It was on ESPN today when I was watching it. So they basically said that from 96 to 2001, before it was all brought into light, right? Yeah. Concussions, okay? That they left out more than 100 plus concussions that they didn't know about. The studies that they had done. That they left those studies out of the concussions.
So essentially the NFL admitted to, I don't want to say, no, they fudged results to appear like the good guys.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. The NFL
pretty much.
Do you know why the NFL still won't lose money over this?
No,
they might now because people are people are a lot more worried about their kids now. Because
see, I don't think so. I really don't think so.
Will Smith put it out like this. He was originally very worried about his son playing, his oldest son, not the annoying ones. I'm talking about the one he had beforehand.
Right.
Where he said, like, I was worried about my kid getting crippled before I was worried about the concussions. Because back in the day, oh, you got a concussion, cool, sit out for a day.
No, it wasn't even that. They put you back in the game.
Yeah. And you know what? I think it's all starting to come back to bite people in the ass now.
I agree. But here's the thing. So, prime example, you had Chris Benoit, who had the steroids that killed his wife over the whole road. It wasn't. I don't think it wasn't roid rage. It was the CTE, and I'll tell you why. I think so. I agree.
Because you can only take so many. And I remember when they did the exam on his head, it was like he had the mind of an 84-year-old Alzheimer's patient. Which when I heard that, I was like, that's what did it.
Exactly.
Because at the time I was
look at Junior Seau. Look at Junior Seau. Had the mind of an old man.
And it's incredible what this disease does to people.
It is, and
it's terrifying.
And here's the thing, and I mean, look, we talked about it a little bit on Tuesday, I mean, and what did it? And I was reading an article, and I actually got one of these other articles that I want to talk about. But let me go to here and let me find it. It was about what was it about? Jesus Christ, because it really irritated me. No, it didn't irritate it. Really, I read the article. There's something about hate, and we were talking about this right here, the New York Times, okay? So the New York Times, they've been doing, is this the one? Yeah, okay, so this is a Harvard study, right? Mm-hmm. That's been going on for years, that they've been this Harvard study. Okay? So here's what it says, The Secret Life of Happiness from a Harvard study, okay? Now, it says the survey shows that most young adults believe that obtaining wealth and fame are the keys to a happy life.
Which everyone does.
Okay, so now, here we go. You're a young person.
Yes, sir.
Okay, would you agree to that?
I think that's what we think happiness is. I know it's...
No, it's not what you think. Do you agree with that statement?
Yes, I agree. It said most young people right now.
Yes, it said the survey shows that most young adults believe that obtaining wealth and fame are the keys. And if you want to look this up, you can go to the where am I at? I'm on the
New York Times
blog. So go look it up. It was written by
wellness subpage.
It was written. What's that name? Anad O'Connor. I don't think that dude's Irish.
It very well might be. Who knows?
With that first name?
You got Sinead over there, though.
Okay, you got me on that one. Okay. But it says a long-time running study out of Harvard suggests that one of the most important, predictors of whether you age well and live a long, happy life is not the amount of money you amass or the notoriety you receive. A much more important barometer for long-term health and well-being is the strength of your relationship with your family, friends, and spouse.
I think so.
Okay, so now here's what all these years we've been talked about saying, okay, you gotta do this, you gotta get as much money as you can, and blah 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 blah. Okay, so we talked a little bit about this on Tuesday. And on my page, did I post it? Yeah, right here. Oh, this ain't mine, but I shared this on my page, right? Mm-hmm. And I said, what really did it for me is when I had a 3-year-old. Basically, my 3-year-old son saved my life. Yeah, is who saved my life. Mm-hmm. That's what it was. And like I said, when I had the handful of pillows, I walked. My life sucked, and blah blah blah. He was the one that saved my life. And then, did the thing, bullshit, all that stuff. I still call it bullshit, but it did help me. I found a book called The Secret. I know everybody's like, oh, that's, no, but really.
It does help.
It does. And I think it's about the way you think and the way you change. And as it goes on, it says that, let me see where I can get to it. Okay, like right here, it says, the factors that determine whether a persons are likely to age happy and healthy or descend into loneliness, sickness, and mental decline. Okay. So basically what this says is now this is they did this between 700 men and women with their spouses. Okay. And it said what happens is that when you're holding hate towards people, mm-hmm. it just slowly consumes your body.
Oh, I see it.
It slowly consumes you, and it just eats you alive.
It will.
And it does. It really does, because that's when I realize, when I'm sitting there and I'm like, I want it to end everything, because and you know what the sad thing is that you blame everybody else around you.
You never take
when it's actually you.
Yeah, it's usually
you are the main reason why everything in your life is fucked up.
I agree with it.
That's the sad thing. And trust me, I did it. I blamed everybody else. Oh, it was everybody else's fault. Nothing me. But no, when I sit down and looked at it, I'm like, holy shit, it's all me.
It's like if I blame my, like me and my money on everybody else. Well, I had to pay so and so for this, and I had to go do this, and I had to go, and then I think like, no, it's all me. Like I do this to myself because I'm a teen. Teens have that issue of we don't know how to save money, we know how to spend money though.
Right, exactly.
And that's not an exaggeration. I mean, I've realized like, oh, I don't need to do this anymore or this anymore. I mean,
so now you still live at home?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you in college?
Yes.
Okay.
Full time.
Now, let me ask you this question. So if you weren't, let's say you weren't in college, and you were still living at home, would your parents make you pay rent?
Probably.
Okay.
I'd put money on it.
Now, do you think that would be fair? You have a job, but you're living there.
I work my job full time. Yeah, I think that would be fair. But I think it'd be fair to an extent. Now, are they going to charge me?
Well, I'm not saying they're going to charge you what it would cost you to go.
Go in an apartment. But
yeah,
if my parents said, "Hey, $200 a month," okay, cool.
Is that fair though?
That's more than fair.
Okay.
As long as there's food provided, yeah, that's fair to me.
Well, that would help provide food.
Yeah. If I'm having,
you're how old? 19, 18?
18.
Okay, you probably eat like a fucking pig.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Not like a pig. I eat like a very healthy pig.
I'm just saying, you probably eat fucking a bunch of carrots a day.
At least probably 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of meat a day.
Jesus Christ! What does your shit look like when it comes out?
A very hard brick, almost.
My God.
You should try being on the toilet and try being me.
No,
you don't want to.
No,
because I try and take because I'm 200 pounds. I have to take in at least 200 pounds or 200 grams of protein a day. You got to get that in through meat, and a lot of people will do 5-6 protein shakes a day. I don't find that healthy. I find that eating whole foods is healthier than eating.
But okay, hold on now.
Powders.
Okay. I just watched something on Netflix called Cowspiracy.
Oh boy, I think I've heard of this.
Have you seen this? Now you're talking about eating meat.
Yeah.
And you're saying it's not processed.
Oh no, it's processed.
Okay, but you're saying that you think eating whole meat is better than eating processed.
Organic meat is what I usually go for.
Oh my God, we tried some organic meat. How the fuck did you eat it?
You just gotta cook it right.
How?
I
cooked it right.
What type of organic meat did you try?
I don't know, but I was just like.
If you go to most places, there are a bunch of farms and like programs and like stuff that you can pay for, to where you can get organic fruits, vegetables, meat, everything brought in.
Do you really think it's organic?
Yes.
Really? What makes you think that?
Because I've gone to the farm.
You never watched King of the Hill? You don't remember the episode of King of the Hill when they had the organic garden and they sprayed the chemicals on it?
Oh yeah.
So you don't think that shit's organic? You think it's all organic?
I think most of it is.
I don't think so. I think they're gonna fuck us either way they can.
I think most people will.
Yeah,
that's a sad thing.
But how do you cook organic meat?
You just cook it like meat. You just gotta season it differently.
I did season it.
What did you? It's a very different seasoning technique. I use a lot of weird stuff. I usually throw a lot of cumin in my food.
What?
Then again, I take 5 raw eggs for breakfast every day.
Do you want to get salmonella?
I have an immune system.
Yeah, that's how you get salmonella poisoning.
And I'm not dead yet, and I've been doing it for 7 months.
But you look like you did you ever see Rocky?
Yes.
Did you ever see what he looked like? You see what he looks like now? That's what you want to look like when you're 60?
Maybe a little bit less of like the hanging from the steroids and whatnot.
Steroids? He had no steroids. He didn't take steroids.
You're telling me Sylvester Stallone was never on steroids?
He might have been.
Yeah, he probably was. It's like saying Arnold was never on steroids.
Oh no, Arnold was on steroids.
Yeah, Arnold will admit to it. Arnold still, in my opinion, everyone, because I'm a bodybuilding fan too.
Right.
Everyone's like, oh,
Are you sure you're not gay?
Yes.
Are you sure? Because
yes.
you got a lot of fantasies with bodybuilding.
No, I just that's
stuff like that.
Because when I was the fat kid, what's the first thing you look towards for
getting
in shape?
Okay. So here's my question. Then. So this goes back to living in hate. Okay, so you were a fat kid.
Yeah.
And you hated the way you looked.
Oh, I hated everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
But can you look back at it now and say, it wasn't everybody else around me that made me that way.
It was me.
It was you.
And I understand that. And I also attribute it to ADHD. Because
don't do that because I have that.
Oh, no, I have it too.
And I'm not fat.
They meted me up, though, was the thing. And they gave me a medicine that I looked back into. I did some studies into it.
What they give you? Because I was one of the
Serta and something else.
Oh, I was one of the case studies for Ritalin.
Oh boy, that good old Ritalin.
Now this was back in the late 70s, early 80s.
Ritalin was cocaine.
Basically, is what it was.
Oh no, they Adderall. That was something that is.
Yeah, I would say 2,500 milligrams a pill for Ritalin.
Adderall is something that's very popular among teens now.
Well, yeah, Ritalin is too.
What are you gonna? You go to your friend who has Adderall,
right?
And what do? You got an exam at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. the next morning. You still have 2 papers to write on exam week. What do? You go to the kid has Adderall.
Right, take it.
Who isn't going to need it for the month and a half we have of break in college, and you go, hey, $5 a pill.
Right. And they say
what happens?
You're up and you're focused.
Oh yeah.
And they say that's actually worse for you.
It is.
To do all-nighters because your brain doesn't focus right, and you actually studies have shown that you actually get worse grades
because you don't focus.
When you even with taking the supplements to help you focus, your brain still doesn't focus.
Correct.
Yes. And see, and that's my big thing. Like when I went through all my shit, they're like, "Oh, we want to put you on pills to help figure you out." And I'm like, "No, I don't want that." They're like, "Well, you're going to have these thoughts constantly." And I'm like,
"I'll deal with it."
I'm like, "Why?" And they're like, "Because that's the way it works." I'm like, "What if I just change the way I think?" You can't do that. Why can't I?
Yes, you can.
Why can't I change the way I think?
Because they want to go off that psychology method of like, oh, you can't change. Like people want to believe that you're hardwired to believe one thing. And
I watch that Brain Games all the time. Do you ever watch that show?
Yes, I love it.
And it makes you think. And I watch it, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, now I see it. Yeah. And it's like you said though. I just changed the way I thought of things. Mm-hmm. And I was like I was talking to my friend today. He's supposed to be here. Wow, Bill's supposed to be here, but he was talking about how he gets stressed and all that. I'm like, why? Mm-hmm. Oh, I just I need this and I need that. I'm like, you don't need to be stressed.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't think about it. Don't let it bother you. Mm-hmm. Well, how do you do that? I go, you just don't think about it.
It's an easy thing to do.
I go, it's that simple. That simple.
If you're not I find it's a lot easier to not be stressed now, because there are a lot of times where I just want to be stressed, and then.
But what does it cause? Being stressed and thinking of all the bad and focusing on the bad. What happens?
You literally steer into the bad.
Exactly.
And when I figured out once I started clearing my head and started breathing, thinking like, oh, that's not the worst case. It's like, oh, I can do this. I can do that. I can get out of it like this.
Right.
And you gotta face the reality of sometimes.
Yes.
And
exactly.
The reality isn't always gonna be the prettiest thing, but it's gonna be the best thing in the end.
So now we're talking about all the bad stuff. Mm-hmm. Well, here again, North Carolina passes a controversial discrimination law. So North Carolina governor signed legislation designed to rein in local governments passing their own anti-discrimination rules.
That's fucked up.
Now, here's my question. Okay? Here's my question. This is 2016, right? I wish I could find more on this. How in the fuck can we still be discriminating against anybody?
Oh, it's easy. I hate to say it, and I've seen it firsthand.
To me, it is just the most ridiculous thing in the world.
The sad thing is, people still somehow find a way to do it, and they let it happen.
But it amazes me that people. It's just so like with Donald Trump. Look, regardless if you like Donald Trump or not, right? Mm-hmm. look what he's playing into. He is playing into all the redneck hillbillies out there. Like, I don't know who you're voting for. Yeah, you already said you're voting for.
Not Trump.
Yeah, you said you're voting for Sanders. Yeah, that's right.
But I think Lindsey Graham was on the Daily Show yesterday, and he put it the best way. He had to support Ted Cruz, and he said it was like choosing between getting shot in the head or poisoned. And you know what he said when he was asked who's what? He said, Trump's getting shot in the head because you're fucked no matter what.
Right.
He said, Ted Cruz is poisoned because you might just find the antidote for it.
Exactly. Now, okay, according to this, it says why North Carolina lawmakers banned the LGBT non-discrimination policy. So I guess it's
probably based highly around rights for transgender people because that's something that's coming up in the media more.
That is, I mean, it's true. I mean, whatever. You want to be a tranny, go ahead.
I could care less. Until it starts affecting me personally, do whatever.
But why is it going to affect you though?
It's not going to. That's
there
the thing.
You go.
Here's my number one thing. Everyone harped down on me because I was so against Caitlyn Jenner winning that Arthur Ashe.
No, I agree with you.
She should not have won it, but yeah, what she did was courageous. She murdered someone. Let's remember.
Hold on.
She was a murderer.
What was courageous about cutting your penis off?
That's true.
What's courageous?
Then again, Val Venus almost did it with that. Who was it? The Kai and Tie back in the day. Remember choppy your pee pee.
If you felt like you're a man trapped in
you should have just
a
done
woman
it.
Trapped in a man's body, then done it. Who cares? That makes you courageous.
Not in my opinion, but to a lot of people, it does. Which, you know what, fine and dandy.
But why? Again, it goes back to Kate and putting labels.
It's just be comfortable with yourself.
Exactly.
And you know what? I love how people are preaching that nowadays, and then you still got just the hate that is being spread around the world. Like, one thing that really pissed me off is after the Brussels attack on Tuesday, Ted Cruz openly stated that police need to be in Muslim neighborhoods to control them.
Okay, and that was like back in the 50s, the 40s, and 20s, and 30s, and 40s, and 50s, and 60s, where they said that police need to be in black neighborhoods to control the black people.
Mm-hmm. And you know what that let it rise to?
The Civil Rights Act.
The Nation of Islam.
That is true.
You know why they picked up steam? Because when you have a bunch of white Irish Catholic police riding down on a horse in 1920 to break up that.
We're talking about the black Muslims.
Yes.
It's something different than...
Completely different than...
I mean, it's still Islam. It's still Islam. I mean, I've studied it. It's still Islam. But, like... Okay. Like, I don't know what religion you are. I really don't care. Okay, so Catholic. Let's just say that the Catholics decided they wanted to be terrorists and make everybody in the world believe that Catholicism is the right way to do it.
Oh, you mean like the Irish did?
Right. Mm-hmm. Or like the Christian cult.
No one likes to call white people terrorists, but there are more white terrorists, I think, than there are Islamic terrorists.
I agree.
Because Unabomber, Christian terrorists.
Yep.
He killed more people than...
Ted Kaczynski, or what's his name?
Yeah, Kaczynski.
No, the other guy. The Oklahoma City bomber.
I know who you're talking about.
Oh, Jesus, what's it? Timothy McVeigh.
Yeah. I mean, you look at that.
Catholic. He was a Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
So should we condemn all Catholics and kick all Catholics out of the country?
No. And I'll tell you why this is such a big topic. It's because this is a white Protestant. This is what you call a white...
Do you know what it is? It's people are... Redneck hillbillies are afraid...
Of something different.
Like Bosnians.
Oh.
95% of all Bosnians are Muslim.
Yep.
They don't believe in Sharia law.
Yeah, you know what they do? They're some of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
And you know what?
So we should kick out all of them because they're Muslim.
Oh, they're gonna. If Trump has his way, he will kick out everyone who's not white. And I hate to make that a reality for people, but it's true. Trump wants to instill essentially another, I don't want to say Nazi party in America, but that's what it's saying. I'll say it. Trump would have the fucking Fourth Reich brought up immediately.
I mean, if you really look at it,
he quotes Mussolini, and then he goes, "What's wrong with quoting Mussolini?" I don't know. He just helped Hitler. And you know what?
Hitler.
What's gonna happen when all this is over and done with his presidency? Because if he's president, he won't make it past 4 years. I'm amazed that
nobody thought Obama was going to make it 8.
Oh, I did. I knew it.
See, I didn't. I thought there would have been some redneck hillbilly
that shot him.
That would have tried to shoot him, assassinate him.
The scary thing is, one thing that the rednecks don't have that do is
Intelligence?
Yes, and
okay.
You know what that leads to? Cyber warfare.
That is true.
It's a lot easier. Anonymous. They're threatening to start taking down Trump's sites and start releasing a lot of public information. It's going to happen because they want to say, like, oh, they'll never break into the FBI. Mm-hmm. Sure.
They never said that they could break into – what did they break into?
They broke into the NSA.
Yeah, right. Okay. They said they couldn't do that.
Mm-hmm. And
what they did?
Snowden's one of the biggest people. Mm-hmm. A lot of people call him a traitor. I think he's, Did he do? Was it treason? Yes, but was it good that he released what he released? Yes.
Should he have released all of it?
No.
Okay.
But the stuff that he released, because you have to understand, the NSA and the FBI have been getting very close. Like, they're supposed to be two separate branches.
Well, they're all supposed to be separate,
and they're not.
All government is supposed to be separate from each other.
The CIA is barely even government. Let's remember that the CIA was started as like an outside organization.
Oh God, yeah. Like I watched that. Oh Jesus!
Look at the Bay of Pigs. That worked out real well.
Oh yeah, that worked out beautiful, didn't it?
Yeah.
Cuban Missile Crisis. That worked out well, didn't it?
Yeah. Now look at it. And now we're just getting back to being friends with
Vietnam.
Cuba.
That worked out great for us.
Wonderful. And you know what?
The Korean War. That worked out great for us too, didn't it?
If we would have listened to MacArthur, I think the Korean War could have been.
I think
MacArthur, what did he say day one? Just nuke it now and we'll be done.
Okay, but okay.
And you know what? My aunt's Korean, and I'm happy that we didn't nuke it.
Right.
But
Kuwait, that worked out well for us, didn't it?
Oh yeah, everything.
Desert Storm did.
We haven't won jack shit since 1945.
What else worked out? Oh yeah. Well, Operation Iraqi Freedom. That worked out well for us, didn't it?
No, I mean, look what it created.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I hate to say it. If we would have left Saddam Hussein in power, what would have happened?
I've said that
ISIS wouldn't have taken power.
Exactly.
Because Saddam wouldn't have let that shit go on.
Well, here's the problem with Saddam. I'm
not
saying he was a great person.
No, he was a
horrible person. Like I watched. There was a thing on the History Channel called Saddam Hussein and the Third Reich. And the Ba'ath Party was basically
the Third Reich.
Yeah, kind of.
He was on a mission to eliminate the Kurds.
Yes, he was killing his own people. I know. In the city that he grew up in.
Because he was like, oh, we can test the new stuff on this.
Yes, exactly. Iran wouldn't fuck with Saddam because they knew he was killing his own people. And nobody in the Middle East. He kept the Middle East in control.
And that's the sad thing, is when Saddam Hussein's the one who keeps the Middle East in control, that's an issue.
Sometimes you need a madman.
You just don't need Trump.
Well, that was like the Joker. Like I was reading an article, and I don't know how this is going to tie in, but it's going to tie in. Which is weird.
I can tell it's
which is the weird thing. I saw this thing on can't remember what they were talking about. Batman was actually the bad guy, and Joker was the good guy.
Yeah.
Because think about it, okay? Everything that Joker did, there was a purpose for it.
True.
He took down the mob.
Yeah, Joker
took down the mob. He got rid of all the bad people on the streets. So what did Batman do? Batman broke the law. And,
yeah.
I mean, you'd have to read the article, but sometimes you actually need that madman in power.
You do. It's like
to control everything.
Like in Godfather.
Yes.
The Godfather.
Yeah.
The Corleone family ran things.
Mm-hmm.
And they ran it with absolute power, and that's when the city was at its safest.
Right.
And what happens once everything starts breaking down in the first movie? City goes into chaos.
Right, exactly.
With the newspaper scene where it's like dead, murder, heroin ring busted, all that stuff starts falling apart. And
that's what they were saying about like with Joker. Joker kept everything
in check.
Because you knew not to do anything because he would be the one that came after you.
And I think, as bad as it sounds defending the Joker, what were Joker's main criminal sprees? Robbery and extortion. You never saw a Joker running a heroin ring.
But here's the thing, though.
Anything.
Joker never spent the money. He just burned it.
He did.
Got rid of it all. He didn't care about it. It was about taking away from the rich and giving back.
Yep.
And that's what he did. But yeah, I mean, I completely agree. I think you should have left Saddam Hussein. And you know who else agrees with this?
Chuck
Norris agrees with us.
Yeah. I mean,
if Chuck agrees that Saddam Hussein should have stayed in power, then he should have stayed in power.
Yep. You know what? I'm so worried just for Trump as a president.
I don't really think. I was just listening to something on the news today.
He's going to dial it back, is what they're saying.
Here you go. We're going to make a phone call.
Oh, God.
Here, take this here. We're not going to give the number on air, but it's going to be funny. Okay. Okay. Just put that number in, but we'll call him from my phone. Okay. So he's called Jeff the Drunk, right?
Okay.
Have you ever heard of him?
No.
He's on the Howard Stern show.
Okay.
And he's doing a Periscope. Did you get it yet?
No.
Well, hurry up. What are you doing?
How do I access my phone from here? God damn it.
How do you not know? There you go.
Well, no. Usually, like on the little flip screen, it's got the keypad.
Maybe if your screen wasn't so busted up, you'd be all right.
Hey, I'm an 18-year-old.
An 18-year-old idiot.
17.
Okay, dude, unless you want to call him from your phone, go ahead.
No.
All right, hold on. He ain't going to call you back.
That's good.
Huh?
That's good.
Hold on. Okay.
Last thing I need is a 2 a.m. drunk call.
I don't think you will.
Got enough of those from my ex-girlfriend.
Here, put it in there. But we're going to call him because, that's the other thing is we really need to get a Periscope page.
Oh, yes. Let's do it.
Because that's really starting to get big. All right, we good?
Yep.
All right, so here we go. We're going to call Jeff the Drunk. Let's see if he answers. We're going to fuck with him. Huh? Oh, it's busy. We'll call back in a minute. Should we call again?
Why not?
Because I used to do this Riverfront Radio where I used to work.
Uh-huh.
When I left there because the guy pissed me off, I pissed on his contract.
Nice.
Well, I wrote the contract, and then he decided he was going to give me my contract back. And so you're going to use this contract. So I was like, fuck you. I pissed on it in his studio. So he kicked me out, right?
Yep.
Which I don't blame him. I mean, I'd kick me out too, right? Yeah. But so what happened is we went somewhere else and started broadcasting, and we would call the radio. We would call the station.
Just trolling.
And we would have all of our people call them, and they get so mad constantly because people
would just troll.
Yeah,
that's the best thing. Is I despise internet trolls that are just pure hate, but I love the ones who actually do the job and just kind of mess with you.
Well, it's not about hate; it's about having fun.
True. Well, there are those ones where it's like burn in hell, fag, die.
Okay, and then when they say that, you just say, "Okay, here we go."
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Let's see if he answers. This should be funny. He lives in a trailer in Albany.
Oh, that's sad.
Just go on Periscope and what happened? Hello? What happened?
I don't know.
Did I dial the right number?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
That's the right number? Are you sure?
Yes.
Let me see.
I took it down.
It should still be on there if you didn't do it.
I didn't call.
But it should still be on your...
Okay. There's a number missing. Yeah, 3 at the end. Yeah, you're good.
No, it's not it. There's no 3.
Then change the 3.
Well, hold on. How do we know? We'll just go to Periscope. Watch this. Here's how you do it. Okay. What the fuck? How did you fuck that up?
I don't know.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, shut up. See, here he is. He's live right now.
Okay. God, he looks like a drunk.
Oh, he is. He's an idiot.
That's
the best part about it. I'm surprised my mom hasn't called yet.
Oh, your mom?
Oh, yeah, she's a character and a half.
Oh, I remember you telling me about that.
Oh, yeah. She's a weirdo. I don't want to do my Bluetooth.
Tell me, I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who's the new color or play-by-play guy for MMWA?
Why do we want to know that? Can't we make it a surprise?
I actually want to see this. I want to see who it is.
Okay, how about this? Here's what we'll do.
Is he currently participating? Does he do anything at MMWA right now?
No.
Okay, so it's not Ben.
No, it's not Ben.
Okay.
It's not Ben. Why?
Oh, no, because I know Ben used to call stuff for St. Louis Wrestling.
He did.
I didn't know if he was going to start calling it for you guys.
Now, so here's what we'll do. We're going to, since, by the way, where are we broadcasting from?
The South Broadway Athletic Club on an historic Soulard in St. Louis, on SBAC TV, on YouTube, and
oh, look, it finally shows up.
Hey, Chloe. Stop work, bitch.
Why'd you stop? Keep going with your plugs.
Yeah, so we got a Bow Rocket show coming up this Saturday, starting at 7 o'clock is when doors open. 8 o'clock the show starts. $20 entry. All the money goes back to the South Broadway Athletic Club. So, all the funds are coming here to help this place out. And then I believe, do you have a date for the Elvis show?
I don't.
Elvis show, anybody know?
What's up?
There's an Elvis show coming up.
Can you go on air?
Jason's calling his mother, or Dirty's calling his mother.
No, I'm not calling my mother. I'm calling.
He did that a couple weeks.
I'm calling somebody. Just hold on. Okay, so you're good? You there? All right, hold on. So now, Justin, are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right, so, Justin, I got to do something here. Okay, Justin. So I was talking to you the other day. Justin was doing the Periscope for us.
Okay.
Okay? Right, Justin?
Yes, I was.
So, after I had some complaints about my commentary, play-by-play, so I decided I need to go out and look for a play-by-play.
Okay.
Got it. And, Justin, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, hi, I'm Justin Molman, and I am the new play-by-play guy for MMWA.
All right. On SBAC TV.
On SBC TV.
SBAC TV.
I'm sorry, SBAC TV.
Welcome in.
Justin is going to be the new play-by-play guy. Now, if there's anything about wrestling, when it comes to professional wrestling, Justin knows.
Justin's the guy for it.
No, just ask him.
And that's a great thing.
Just ask him.
Who did Masato Tanaka face at Heatwave 98?
Hold on.
I'm sorry. Hold on, Jason. Repeat yourself. I'm sorry, you broke up there.
Go on. Ask him again.
Who did Masato Tanaka face at Heatwave 98?
Oh, man. 98?
Biggest rivalry he had.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. The biggest rivalry he had in 98. I want to say the biggest rivalry.
No, not Stone Cold, Tanaka.
Masato Tanaka of ECW.
Oh, and ECW Tanaka. Oh, I apologize. Who was his biggest rival in 98? Now, that one, unfortunately, you put me on the spot. You got me